Out of position 2 packs have now dropped. We've got new positions for some of the community's favorite players.
And those are the starting lineups. Lots of interesting matchups to... It's Saturday night and live. DA, it's all yours. Well, just another accomplishment for Jay. It'll be great to see him battle Greg among his peers.
And Kevin, don't kid yourself. Jay will have some stiff competition, but the way he's shooting, he has to be considered a favorite.
And now the Lakers starting group. Green and LeBron at the 2 and the 3. Anthony Davis is out there with Howard. And it's George in at the point guard. And for the Warriors, Green down low with Looney. Curry and Clay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. And it's Burks in at small forward. Bill, hypothetically, 2-on-2, Steph Curry and Del Curry against Clay and Michael Thompson. Which family tandem wins?
Are they playing right now, or are we
No, they're going back in their primes.
So it's prime against prime.
Prime against prime.
I think
this is right in your wheelhouse.
I think Clay and Michael would win because Michael Thompson was he was really good back in the day. I don't think Del Curry or Steph Curry could have handled him with a low post. I think if they were playing now, I think Curry's would be like 20-point favorites. They just shoot threes.
I think Del can still shoot.
I think Del should be in a team. They can't. The Rockets couldn't put him in the corner like Ryan Anderson. I think he can still play.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Here's Curry after the made shot from George. Bill, some people feel Steph is already the second greatest point guard of all time. What would he need to do to pass Magic Johnson?
Well, he's not. I don't think he needs to pass to Oscar Robertson first, I would say.
Hammer it home! Hammer it home, baby!
That is authority right there.
It was. Wow. The Warriors have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. George against Curry. Over George. Looney passes to Curry. Golden State moving the ball around. Burks' shot is good.
Burks takes no time getting that shot up. Ready on the catch.
To the inside. Howard in the post. Looney on him. And there's Howard. That's good on the assist by George.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
He's looking confident right from the opening tip.
Warriors have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. They'll name a couple past superstars that didn't always get enough credit for being as dominant as they were.
Moses Malone would be my #1 pick. Probably the best player in the league for 5 years. Dominant in '83, they won the title in Philly. Really gave Kareem a lot of problems and was just awesome and has now just been swept under the rug. Nobody even really remembers. So I would go with him first.
Ever?
Never. Well, it was part of the problem. They taped delaying games back then, and we didn't have league pass. We didn't have a lot of that stuff. I think he was really underrated, and you kind of never know who's going to endure and who's not going to endure, which is one of the reasons I wrote my book.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
Well, you set the tempo early, and when you get command and control of a game, it's perfect.
Big group substitution here for the Lakers. JaVale McGee's checked in for Howard. Dudley comes in for Anthony Davis. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for James. And it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope in for Danny Green. Outside Curry. Sinks the three-pointer. Curry's got 5 points so far. Bill, you're a basketball historian. We know that. Do fans romanticize too much about the past?
I would say the other way. I think they don't appreciate it enough, especially like the millennials and Gen Z. You know you're out there. You're playing this game right now. They tend to think the league started when Kobe showed up and that the 90s and the 80s didn't happen. I sense a real resentment from the younger fans with the LeBron versus MJ thing because LeBron's their guy. They get to watch LeBron. They don't want to hear that MJ was better than him, so they piss for LeBron.
The Warriors have shot 80% from the line tonight, going 4 of 5 so far.
Shooting for Golden State, D'Angelo Russell. With one.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
Los Angeles leading by 8. Bill, you wear so many hats, writing, producing, performing. You're running the ringer, which is highly successful. What role satisfies you the most?
I would say working with young people and trying to help them get better. I think that's the coolest thing you can do, especially if you feel like you've done some good stuff and accomplished some things and realized some dreams. Like the next thing to do is just to, can you help other people get to where they should go?
Well, a lot of this wasn't around when you and I were growing up. So
No.
what were your dreams?
My dream initially was just to write a sports column that people read. That's what I wanted forever, yeah. And then the most satisfying thing is just not knowing what's next, but taking chances and hoping things are going to be fun and work out. You have to have a good team around you, and you have to have like 6 or 7 awesome people that you completely trust who can help you do stuff, because it's impossible to do everything yourself, especially if you're trying to increase the scale of what you're doing. And I think that even works for an NBA organization. You know, it's not like one person running everything. I would say putting a good team around you is the most important thing.
Taking a look at the Lakers. LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. And it's Green, then there's Howard. And it's George in at the point guard position.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, D'Angelo Russell was traded from the Lakers and, in his words, was kicked on the way out. He's become an all-star in Brooklyn. Russell said, it's a heck of an accomplishment. That respect from your peers, your coaches, other teams, it's a great feeling. And Kevin, given how it started for him in L.A., many remain shocked by Russell's rapid ascent.
Coming into his own, you're right, David. Thank you.
It's impressive, the level of domination at both ends, and you're seeing the results.
And Greg, you know this. It's not easy building a lead on the road, but this team has been lights out throughout the game.
And George gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. Murray's checked in for Los Angeles. Looney kicks to Russell. Shot clock at 6. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Works for 3. That shot misses. And the Lakers will go the other way with it.
Boy, he hasn't found the range yet here in the second period. Only 1 triple for him tonight.
Bill, we so appreciate you stopping by, spending some time with us. Always feels like there's so much more to talk about, which means we got to get you back here, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
We'll look forward to that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Well, Doris, you read most reporters, they try to stay impartial. But not Bill Simmons.
Well, I think that's what makes him special, Kevin, right? He has his own lens through which he sees things, and he is unafraid to give you his opinion.
The Lakers making a switch here. Caldwell Pope's checked in. Pass to Thompson. Pass to Green. To end the cold streak. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Howard's got his 6th rebound on the night.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know. The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Outside Curry. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. And that's now 10 points for Steph Curry.
Well, Curry's favorite shot and the one most fans pay money to see. Go ahead from deep, Steph.
George against Curry. And here's George. And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul. Substitution on the court.
On its way from Caldwell Pope for 2. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
A lot to like about the way they're playing right now.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the 3rd quarter. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. It's been a clinic out there with D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah, something that isn't his strength, but he's done a great job of finding the open man.
Well, what he did was sustain it throughout the first half. He ran the offense to absolute perfection.
Curry and Clay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. Green down low with Looney. And it's Burks in at the 3, the small forward. That's the Warriors' 5. It's interesting, Doris, to see how these NBA players that come into the league looking one way physically and they leave looking another way, they change their bodies over the course of their career.
Kevin, you talked about this earlier. These players commit to their season over the course of 365 days. Virtually no offseason. Think about the reigning MVP, Giannis Antetokounmpo, who adds 50 pounds of muscle from the time he enters the NBA. Or the other side of the equation, right? A Yusuf Nurkic or a Marc Gasol who drop weight, Kevin, to enhance their quickness and their stamina. These guys are so committed.
They are. Curry outside. Rebounded by Howard.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
And George, here we go. And good that time. George has got 13.
Boy, that's 3 for 4 this half. You like that they're starting with a little bit of extra energy. Nice.
And there's the pass to Looney. Thompson inside, guarded by Green. Thompson outside. 5 on the clock. And that one's on target from the wing. Thompson's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Well, there's an unpredictability to his offensive game. He is always keeping the defense off balance.
And the Lakers call time here.
Well, the commitment to winning for the Golden State Warriors certainly begins at the top of the organization, right, guys? Ownership has made it very clear money will not be an issue in retaining their stars.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles, JaVale McGee comes in for Dwight Howard. And it's Avery Bradley in for Green.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
D'Angelo Russell's checked in for Klay Thompson. Lakers shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game. Free throw good, LeBron. And the Warriors ownership saying they want this organization to be more than a basketball team, Doris. What do you take that to mean?
I think it means, Kevin, probably the popularity of a great team can be leveraged, right? Via marketing, via media, technology, real estate. Those other revenue streams enable them to sustain this big payroll.
Here's McGee. And oh, he jams it right over Draymond Green. Wow.
It'd be nice if everybody took as much pride in his rebounding as he does.
You know what, Greg, he loves that part of the game, and it shows.
Well, but as defenders keep forgetting to box him out, he continues to just make them pay.
And George, here we go. That's good again. His 7th basket, 7 for 10 from the floor.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Bradley against Russell. Green up on top. Outside Curry. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. 15 points for Steph Curry.
His first triple of the second half. That makes 3 for the game.
Inside, George. And that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
Yeah, that's a tough call for the ref to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down.
Goes up off the inbound. Offensive rebound. Here's Curry. 4th quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Taking a look at Los Angeles. We've got Murray, also Jared Dudley out there, and it's Birch in at the center position. Lee finds Russell. Golden State moving the ball around. The shot by Curry, no good. Los Angeles has gone past the 3-point line for 13 of their shots. They're 6 of 13. Here's George. He makes his 9th shot of the game. He has only missed 4.
Well, this is what you're trying to do. Put the game away.
And he hasn't forced much tonight, Greg. I love the efficiency he's giving to them.
Lee outside. Doris, all right, this is going to come out of the blue here, but if you had to choose between raising the height of the basket or widening the floor or even widening the lane, which would it be?
I have very strong feelings on this, Kevin, and for me it would be widening the floor. And the reason I say that is it feels to me in the last couple of years there are more sideline violations where teams are turning it over because they're trying to get to that corner three, one of the most advantageous, best shots in today's game, but because that three-point line is so close to the sideline out of bounds, we're seeing too many violations. So if I had to choose between one or the other, I would absolutely widen the floor.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Lakers.
When you shoot this well from three-point range, you're really hard to stop. The defense didn't rotate out fast enough to stop the hot shooter.
Exactly, Kevin. They were lethal from deep.
And these guys already with 45 wins on the year, so tonight we'll make it 46.
And continued dominance against this team, winning both of their matchups this season.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for George.
And the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone else on his team. Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
Caspi passes to Schofield. Back to Caspi. 6 to shoot. The 11-footer. Rebound the Lakers. Now here is George. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Spirited performance. You love to get this kind of win, especially on the road.
You've got to be able to block out all distractions in enemy territory. This team did a tremendous job staying focused on the task at hand.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Here is Caspi. He's covered by Murray. Passes it to Schofield. Launches a three. Unable to get that one. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Alton, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. So long, everyone.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
And we welcome you back. I'm Ernie.
Hey, Shaq here. From one playmaker to another, I have to ask, what did you see on the floor tonight that made you a distributor as much as a scorer?
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning.
So, Jay, you must be pretty excited about being in the three-point contest.
Oh, for sure. Shooting's a big part. Myself.
You guys ready to hammer out this deal?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Here's what they're starting with. Fantastic. Looking forward to a long and healthy relationship.